Get you anything else, Robert? Still deciding, or?
No, thanks. Just a coffee for now.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Claudette?
You are the last person on earth I expected to see today. Or any day, really.
I don't believe it.
Hello, Robert. How are you?
Well, for lack of a better word, stunned. What are you doing here?
Oh, I met my granddaughter for coffee.
Oh, well, are you going to sit with me or what?
Well, maybe just for a minute.
The obits, checking to see if my name's in there.
Oh, I get that.
It's been a while.
60 years.
Whew. Seems longer.
I wondered when this day would come.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see you again. Tell me about your life. What have I missed?
Same old Robert.
Well, I run into you after almost 60 years, randomly. Though I guess that Highfield and Millport aren't that far from each other.
They're further apart than you think.
Did you ever make it to New York? Do you still play the piano? What about movies?
I did make it to New York, but I never played the piano there. And oh, yes, I still love the movies.
Every time An Affair to Remember comes on, I think of you. You don't think of me? Both of us in the community theater, meeting by the lake after? Hey, I'm still Cary Grant.
Well, I'm no Deborah Carr.
It wasn't just An Affair to Remember that reminded me of you. An episode of Star Trek, Uhura kissing Kirk. Charlton Heston and Rosalind Cash in The Omega Man.
And we were the last man and woman on Earth.
Now that's a fantasy. Really, catch me up.
You want a summary? Well, I married the boy 2 streets over, a nice black boy, raised 2 boys, made brownies for the PTA, did what I was supposed to do.
Sounds nice.
It was. What am I saying? It wasn't what I was supposed to do. It was the only thing I could do. I'm sorry.
It's what I missed. It's what we missed.
Sidney, my husband, worked at the bank almost 40 years. When he retired, they gave him a cake and a plaque and everything.
40 years. Sounds like he must have been really something.
He was a good man. Oh, we went through our ups and downs, but losing him was much harder than I thought it could ever be.
I'm so sorry.
It isn't easy, but I managed. My 2 boys, James and Robert, come to see me almost every day since Sidney passed. What about you?
3 kids, all doing well, I'm proud to say. I lost May, my wife, suddenly when we were just in our 40s. Brutally hard. But in many ways, it was a lifetime ago. I don't think the kids knew it, but they got me through the tough times.
So young. I guess we all go through the tough stuff. And you never remarried?
Well, the kids needed me. And I never found anyone, the right one. So I raised the kids, put them through college, married them off one by one. It took an awfully long time before I could even start dating after us. And then, you know, after May, well, I loved May. But truth be told, I have been dreaming about this for almost 60 years.
Robert, you always lived in fantasy land.
I don't think the idea of being with you is that delusional.
Robert, you're losing it if you believe that. We were 17.
You're here. There must be something. A sign.
I'm closer to 80 than I am 70. My grandbabies are having babies, and the only sign I'm seeing is the end.
You still have that sweet tooth? Tommy, can we get a strawberry milkshake over here and top off the coffee, please?
I'm excited. How is it?
It's really good. You want some?
Yeah.
Oh, God, this sure looks good. Some things don't change. I half expected to see your old Ford out front.
Oh, well, that old F-100 is long since rotted away. But about 25 years ago, I hauled one out of an old barn, restored her from the frame up. She looks almost brand new. If the day is right and the sun is shining, I still take her out for a spin.
No kidding. Well, I doubt if I can get up in her. These knees are so rickety nowadays, I look like one of Mama's old church friends. Oh, sneaking around on the F-100. Me hiding all scrunched up in the front seat. Oh, no wonder my knees are a mess. Trying to find a spot out of sight in the woods. Hiding from your parents. Hiding from my parents. You know, Robert, the thing is, I also thought about what might have been more than I like to admit. It's crazy. It falls under the category of it feels like yesterday, and it also feels like forever. And I don't know what to do with it all.
I always sort of pictured us meeting one of these days out of the blue, kind of just like this.
Well, you're not gonna like hearing this, but I did see you once at the mall. About 20 years ago. It was so hard the first time that I honestly couldn't face you.
Living without you has been... It was more than just the movies that made me think of you. Sometimes I'd be out for a drive, and I'd catch glimpses of you. I've always tried to be grateful for what I did have, the people I did have. But since you are here in my diner, I have to ask you, did you ever wonder, do you ever wonder if we could have been a real couple?
There's no one in my life I could talk to the way I used to talk with you. And no one I have ever loved in that way since. But there's no way on God's green earth. It was still illegal in plenty of places. And as for me, it was downright dangerous, and for my family as well. It was easier to just walk away.
I get it. The world still seems like a mess. But we could have found a place.
The little one overlooking the lake.
With a big porch and a dock you could walk practically out to the middle of the lake.
Oh, my. We were so young. I don't think we even knew what we had.
Hello? Excuse me?
We're closed.
No, I know. I just need my coat.
You'll have to come back tomorrow.
Oh, you wouldn't leave me out in the cold, would you?
We're closed. And how do I know you're not some sort of hoodlum?
Would it help if I told you I'm not?
No funny business.
Not a funny bone in my body.
Yeah, I can tell. Yes? You got your jacket, now get.
Can I get a soda?
You're gonna get me in trouble. Now get out of here. Hey, I work this shift every Friday night. In case you forget your jacket again.
Good to know.
A whole lifetime has passed.
I wish we could do it over. Do it right this time.
Robert, we did it right. We were two young kids. Maybe the love of our lives.
How about just a ride around town one Sunday morning? Maybe go to the movies. Sit next to each other.
I like that.
$8.25, Robert.
And I want to pay for that family over there.
Let me look at you just a minute. Second chance dance inside my heart. Standing next to you, dance a minuet. Holding hands, instead let's waltz. Gone so long, all my dreams for you. All that I wanted in life and love. Just so you know, my dreams, mi amor. 22,000 days gone by. Together, apart, my heart and yours. one sweet thing, 1,000 years. Fingers take flight, hold tight, letting go. Moments lost like tears in rain. I just want one more last chance. I know what you meant to me that year. A second chance to catch your glance. 22,000 days passed us by. 22,000 days passed us